This is my grandpa's talk show.
Hello and welcome to Nature Talk News, brought to you by James, aka Hiker James, from the Sunshine State of Southwest Florida. Where there's nature, there's news. Today on our show, we have a special guest from Tucson, Arizona, Amy Ganos, and she is a volunteer at the PACC, which is Pima County Care Center. And we're just going to jump right into this and listen to the interview that we have with Amy.
Hello.
Hello, Amy.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, this is James with Nature Talk News. And, wow, I know you told me to call you early, and I guess it's just a little after 6:30 at your time. It gave me 3 hours to get woke up and ready to go because it's 9:30 here in Florida. We've been talking back and forth a little bit where you're into the volunteer services at PACC, which is Pima Animal Care Center. And I got a couple questions I wanted to run through first before we got started and turn you loose with it. How'd you get started in the volunteering services there at Pima?
Actually, I live out in an area called the Dog Patch, and it seems to be where people like to come and drop their dogs off. So there was some chihuahuas and some babies that we were feeding and we were taking care of, and then another lab and a shepherd. Well, the chihuahuas, one day, the animal control officer came over. They thought they were our dogs. So they had picked up the chihuahuas. And I went up to PACC and I found some homes for them, Pima Animal Care Center, because I wanted to make sure that they were adopted out. Now, that's the only animal care center in Tucson that doesn't turn anyone away. And so once I started that, I found out that you could take a class and become a volunteer. I started running with the Rough Runners on Tuesday nights. They pull all the dogs for you. And it's a great group. They're Tuesday nights and Friday mornings. So they had a volunteer class, which I took. And then ever since then, I just kind of go up once or twice a week, and I usually average about like 4 hours a week. But I want to up that a lot more. As I take more classes, you can become involved in different ways, like with adoption. And I just took a cat class last night.
Oh, good. I know that you've do a lot of showing pictures of dogs that are for adoption. I haven't seen too many cats on there. I've seen more dogs than cats, but you've really put a lot out there on the internet, trying to get people to recognize that there's animal shelters out there that don't just euthanize the animal just because it's stranded.
Yeah, they go a long way. They tried a lot of networking, and they've raised their euthanization rate where it's not so high now. I think it was like 85% non-kills so far, and they're trying to become 100%. But I believe networking, the more pictures you show, the more that you share. There's been stories of people who actually see the pictures online, and then they go in and ask for that specific dog. There was one dog, and 3 families came in to pick up the same dog. They wanted it because they seen the pictures from a network.
Huh, that's interesting. You wouldn't think that people would really pay that much attention to it, but then you got to think there's animal lovers out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of animal lovers, and everyone likes to see a picture. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Right. I noticed I was talking to you yesterday, I think it was, yesterday, and you said that you was getting ready to go down to the facility. And I was looking at the page here where it shows that the voters have approved a $22 million bond to build a new animal care center. What's about that?
That I'm just starting, so I don't know a whole lot about, but I know that they're meeting with the architects, and they're going to have different kind of cat enclosures and maybe more kennel play areas, and I think what they're going to do is just revamp the whole shelter.
Wow. Yeah, that's it gets bigger as it goes along. Well, I would, looking over the website here for Pima County, it's interesting all the information that you can get, and as far as how they take care of the animals and that. Do you have anything interesting? You said you was going to try to find some sheets or something on the price sheets or whatever.
They do a lot of specials, like they just had Christmas in July, and I know older animals are for adoption, or ones that have been there longer than 2 weeks. You just pay for the licensing. I say just go on the website, and there's always something going on there.
Right. Here they had, I don't know if you've seen this post that I put up, if I even did, about a dog. It was an older dog, like 11, 12 years old, that terminal cancer. And the adoption place was wanting someone to adopt that dog for the last few whatever months or years of its life, and the sheriff's department was going to pay all expenses on any medical treatment that the dog needs until his time is up, and that way somebody could make it feel like it's got a home and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of interesting to hear.
Yeah, it's really neat, and there's so many rescue groups that work with PACC. One is called Bridge Rescue. I know that you were following White Sox. That's a dog that I was feeding, and then she got really sick and really skinny and was limping. Well, she was feral, maybe kind of stray. Well, I finally leased her, and Bridge Rescue took her to the vet, and they're paying for all of her valley fever meds. And I know fostering is a big thing through PACC or Bridge. They always need more fosters. Maybe you can open your home to a kitty for a couple weeks or a dog. And usually all the medical is always paid for, and you can even get the food, medical, everything's paid for the dog. You just provide the place for them to live till they find their forever home.
Right. Now, did you say that someone volunteer took White Sox home with them or something for a couple weeks, or was that another dog?
Yeah, she was at the vet. Bridge Rescue pulled her. They're paying for all of her meds. And the lady, the veterinarian that we took her with, she's a vet there. So she took her home. And I think that she volunteers at PACC and stuff too. But Bridge, picked her up, and they're paying for all of her medical, and she's keeping her for a while till she gets back on her feet a little bit before she comes back to me. So.
Oh, okay. So you're going to get her back eventually.
Yeah, they're even helping to fund a fence so we can get her fenced in.
Oh, okay. That sounds
because the leash hurts her neck.
It's a good deal for the dog there. Yeah, and then
yeah.
But you said she had to be on medication for the rest of her life because of this?
Maybe. I know a long time. It could be for the rest of her life too. Wow. Valley fever is a nasty disease, and it's on the West Coast. I never heard of it. I'm from Michigan, so.
Oh, yeah. Yay, Michigan.
Yeah, it's a disease. So they don't have that in Michigan. She had her happy ending, too, so.
Yeah. You've probably seen my post on there about the Von Arx Wildlife Hospital that we have down here. And it is really something. They're treating over 3,000 animals a year, and its cost is exceeding $300,000. They're building a new facility, adding on 5,000 square feet more to this hospital, and they have the operating rooms, the recovery rooms. They have different sections of the hospital for different types of animals, and it's amazing. And every week they come out with what's going on in the hospital. And this week they had a late night wildlife emergency, which was grackle. Do you have grackles out there?
Yeah, we sure do. They're one of my favorite birds. Wow, and they saved the grackle?
Oh, listen to this. There was this is this week, okay? This is the new post for this week at the hospital. 262 animals admitted this week. A common grackle and 178 Brazilian free-tailed bats were among the 262 animals admitted to the Von Arx Wildlife Hospital at the Conservancy of Southwest Florida last week. Other admissions included 3 Carolina wrens, a gray kingbird, a snowy egret, 3 gopher tortoises, and 4 possums.
Wow.
They're busy.
Yeah, they are. I'm like, that's awesome. That would be a neat place to volunteer or work too.
Yeah, and this grackle was beating itself against the fence. They the grackle was admitted after found as a baby by a local veterinary hospital and attempted to care for it for 2 weeks. They brought the bird to Von Arx Hospital because the grackle began banging itself around the space it was being kept in and had damaged its feathers. The feathers on both the grackle's wings and tail were broken mid-shaft, and the bird showed no fear of people. So they treated it and everything, examined it, and moved it to a larger enclosure in the nursery. And since it's only been interacting with people for 2 weeks, they decided to put it in a cage with 2 younger grackles so it can kind of get used to other birds. And the younger birds, the grackle started feeding them. So it's doing a good now. It began to feeding the 2 babies, and they're checking it hourly at the hospital staff. And now it's been moved again to another large enclosure in the bird room at the hospital. So yeah, they do about anything that they can for any kind of animal. This is just with the birds and stuff here that they have the adoption center there, and they even have a viewing room where you can go in. I think it costs like $9 or something to get in, or you can join a yearly membership. But you can go in and watch them treating these animals and stuff right through the viewing window.
Oh, that would be so cool. I know my husband would love that. He loves the birds.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he had him on the show. What was it? Probably about a month and a half ago on his Greg's Backyard Birdies, new book he had published, and I know he was really fired up over that. He was really enjoying that, getting that book published.
It's really great. Like lots of cool bird pictures.
Right.
I'm like, that's awesome. It's such rewarding work, you know. Anyone just remember, like, to adopt and.
You know, the Google Earth map. When Greg sent me that book, I took his address and I looked it up on Google Earth, and I got a picture of your house now. I'm not stalking you. I'm not stalking you. But I was just
you do have quite the start for the birds.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like, I don't know how old the Google Earth picture is of it, but it doesn't look like you have that much trees and bushes in your yard. But I know he's out there every day doing something with the birds, and they land in the yard to get fed and stuff. And because really it only takes a few little spaces for them to land. You know, if you're feeding them, they don't even need trees or bushes.
No, yeah. Well, it's a dirt driveway, and right to the right is tons of trees and bushes. There's like a couple acres of desert behind this.
Oh, okay.
Then they just come and, yeah, you probably just can't see it on the Google Earth.
Yeah.
One bird. You hear all the wings flap.
Yeah, that's nice. So he's into the birds, and you're into the dogs and cats, and you're into running too. I know that's probably your main hobby that you do, or sport.
Yeah, that's how I got into the dogs. I went up to run the puppies at the shelter with the rough runners.
Ah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been doing that a couple of years now. Get up to like 125 miles a month. I'm usually averaging about 101 miles.
Oh wow! Last time I went 100 miles in a car, and that was a while back.
Yeah, that's for a month. Yeah, right.
That's right. This is my hobby, doing the radio show, talk show. So. Yeah,
I love your show. It's a good show. I always share with everyone I know too.
Oh, thank you. I've had a few comments on it, and people enjoying it. And I see where you guys been advertising this show that's coming out today, and I've seen a lot of likes on that, where people are interested in waiting for it to come out. And I got a few people that I know that was asking about it, and I told him I'd send him a link to the show after it was uploaded. But yeah, we'll have this show out probably in about the mid-afternoon, time I get through editing some of this stuff. Then I'll just start posting it on everything, and so people can listen to it. I know it's pretty warm out there. I don't want to say hot, because when it hot, that's a bad word. These birds, they have plenty of shade in that though. The dogs and the animals are they pretty much left out in the heat?
The ones at the pound they're all protected. They have a nice cat enclosure, and they even have bunnies in there. And the dogs are in air conditioning too. Dogs around my house, I just try to take care of a lot of them, just feed them. So I got a hose. They can come over and I can hose them down a little bit for the stray dogs.
It seems like you got a lot more strays out there than what we do have. Of course, as soon as somebody sees a stray, they either take it in or they take it to the shelter. My mother-in-law, she has picked up, I don't know if they were all strays, but she's got a total of 13 cats, and then we've got 3 cats, and so that's 16 cats right here. Some of them
are together, huh?
Yeah, some of them are outdoor. Go ahead.
I never found this great cat. I feed a feral bunch. They come at night after dark and eat. I give a bowl of food and water out for them.
Okay.
My poodle I found out in the desert like 9 years ago too. I've had him ever since.
Right.
He's my rescue bug.
Now our panthers, Florida's known for panthers because that's their state animal. They've been tracking a lot of them, and there's just a little over 200 panthers right now that they know of in Florida, and they put a collar on them. They've got a collar on about 200 of the panthers so they can see where they're at and what they're doing. And we've had a panther right here on the property for a while, and it left. They say that it left to mate with another panther. And so all this time that we've been seeing the foxes and the deer and the raccoons and everything just flooding the yard, and here in the last 3 or 4 days very seldom see anything. But we found out that the panther had come back, and it went and had 4 pups. They don't know if he still got all 4 of them with her or not, but we're divided. Like there's the Interstate 75 kind of turns and goes east and west here. So on the north side of the interstate where we're at is the female panther with her pups. And I've got a trail cam. I videoed the panther coming out in the yard the other day. Had the collar on it. Yeah. And then on the south side of the interstate is the male panther. But now since the panther's back, we haven't seen any of the other animals. But last night, we haven't seen the foxes for 4 or 5 days. And last night...
I love the fox.
Yeah. Last night, the female fox came back up in the yard and was looking at us and stuff. And, wow, I'm just glad that the panther didn't get a hold of them yet. They didn't say anything about panthers eating the foxes, but they said that they eat deer and raccoons and rabbits. So I don't know if they're going to bother the foxes or not.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I trip out just a pack of dogs in the yard. You got panthers.
Yeah. They say that a human has never been hurt by a panther, so they're shy.
Right.
Fox.
They're beautiful.
Oh yeah, the female fox will come up within 2 feet of us, but the male fox won't. He stays back about 50 to 60 feet away from us, and he'll stop and look at us, but he'll go on. The female fox brought her baby out one day for us to see. We got a couple pictures of that. I probably posted that up there somewhere. And it's just amazing, how many animals are down here in Southwest Florida.
Right. Yeah, there is a lot. I have a lot of family in Pensacola, the northern part of Florida.
Yeah.
It's beautiful there.
Yeah. Hey, well, we've about run out of time here. So is there anything else you wanted to throw in there before we go? It's the time to do it.
No, just remember to check out PACC's website or Bridge Foster and just rescue and adopt, and that's it.
Okay. Well, I've got the website on, I'll have the website link on the show note.
Oh, I said thank you. It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. And I even put the donation page up there in case anybody's, might be looking for a place to donate to them. Well, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
You have a good day.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. What was that?
Hey, James.
Hey, Greg. How's it going, eh?
Bye. Yes.
Oh, my buddy Greg. Yeah. Okay, then. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show, and anytime you want to get on here and say something else, we'll be more than happy to let you do your talking. So we hope everybody enjoys this show. Okay, that's it, Amy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah, so anyway, hey, tell Greg get out there and get some more pictures of them birds.
Yes.
I mean, I've been looking at him. But he's posting so many, I can't like them all. Pima, animal, what was that? Pima, animal This is why I edit my shows.
Pima Animal Care Center.
For more information about Nature Talk News, you can email us at naturetalk@outlook.com, or you can visit our website at naturetalknews.com, and there you can send us a message or you can send us a voice message. Also, you can listen to each one of our episodes straight from this page. Share this with a friend and let us know what you think of our Nature Talk News show.